What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 17 of the Pentagon challenge. So hopefully you guys are good. I've been worse, but we'll try and be optimistic here. So yeah, this is the kind of pre-season review for the well, it's March the 11th 2017. This marks almost my 4th year in charge at Beijing IT. This is the start of our 2nd season in the Super League. Last year, last episode I covered the end of last season, which was in October time, and we ended up finishing 11th last year, which is a good solid platform for our first year in the Super League. And this year I really want to push on. So it's the pre-season, so there's no games to cover really. It's going to be a case of maybe looking at the occasional friendly, looking at transfers, that kind of stuff. So we've been pretty busy this year. You'll see that I've really been looking to get in the free players this year. Last year we had a lot of players leave at the start of the year, and I decided not to replace them. And our squad was pretty small by the end of last year, and then a few of the other guys went away. You know, players who have played at the club since I got here, like Zhao Jun. You know, players who they're not bad players, but I don't know, they never really are going to start, and they were getting paid quite a lot. Some of them getting paid like £600 a week to sit on the bench, which when you've got a wage budget of about £9,000, you can't be paying players that much. So Key left. He was a player who came in as a spare kind of resource player but never got a chance. Yuzan, centre back, never really got a chance again at the club. Key, who is currently is still a free agent. There's Zhao Jun, who I covered a second ago, who's gone to Dongya. And then I sold 2 players. I sold Abdullah, who was the Bahrainian striker. He really struggled to settle in at the club in the country, so by going to another Chinese country, apparently that's going to solve his problem. But no, the main problem was that when you're limited to 5 foreign players in a team, and you have 2 world-class strikers, well, world-class, I won't throw that around, but 2 very good strikers, having a 3rd striker who's not going to start, who's one of your foreign players and kind of takes up a foreign player slot, isn't great. So I sold him for 20,000, which, considering we got him on a free last year, that's, you know, it's not a bad transfer. The other player I bought in was Wallace, or rather sold, was Wallace. He went out for 80k. Another guy, he came in, he wasn't bad, but I've managed to bring in a stronger replacement for free. And I mean, to get 80k for him, he came to the club on a free transfer. And I feel like we did a good job to get the money I got for him. So on the ins, there's quite a few here. So we'll start off with probably the best transfer of the kind of window, which was Christian Perez, who's a Mexican centre-back. He's a very good player. You can see by his stats he's an ideal stopper, or at least he's my kind of stopper with that aerial ability. Compared to Wallace, you can see he is significantly better than Wallace. And I mean, we sold Wallace for 80k, and Wallace was on £1,800 a week. Or he is now. He was on 1,500, I think. I've managed to get Perez, and who's a significantly better player, slightly older, but slightly more experienced. I guess you can turn it round that way. And his wage is only £1,000, so he was a really good signing for the club. Good free transfer in. And then I really looked, as I said, at trying to add strength and depth to the squad. So I brought in Zalbo, or Zubu, I don't know which one sounds better. We'll go with Zalbo. But he's just a half-decent left midfielder. He'll be a reserve player. We've got Yingming, who's just a well, he's not even half-decent, but just a centre-back who's on... He's on £25 a week. I mean, compared to the players that we had in before, you'll notice a lot of these players are really on pennies. Another £25 a week player can play on the right wing. Because of the transfer, well, because of the wage budget problem, I have had to kind of make do with bringing in these kind of players who they're not very good players, but they'll do a job. We've got Chen here, who's now out for 6 weeks to 2 months with a sprained ankle, but he's just a backup of all backup strikers if we get really desperate. Yuchan, who's another backup striker. He'd probably be 2nd choice or 3rd choice. He's again injured, another guy who's injured in our club. Xingpeng, who is just a well-rounded off centre-back, really. He'll do a job. Zhang Wei, who is a well-rounded off centre-back. He's not crazily good, but he can play like any of the back four positions, so that's a quite useful guy to have. And then Miguel, who is a Brazilian a Brazilian centre mid with some okay stats. He's nothing too crazy. He's not on massive wages, so he was quite a nice signing. But really, this year has had to be about compromise. I've brought in players like Perez, or a player in Perez, who I think is really going to firm up the defence, but then I've had to make do with really subpar players to make up the numbers, and so that we have a squad whereby I'm not having to play reserves. So it's one of these things where it's not a terrible situation, but it could be a lot better. But I mean, that's a quick look at the team. You can see we've got a good core to the team in terms of quality players who I really have faith are going to do a job for us. So I'm excited about that. I feel as if we've got a good squad this year. It could have been worse. I'm still hoping the chairman's gonna stand down at some point, because financially we're still in the shits. We're now £2 million in debt, and every episode it seems like I'm going, and we're now in this much debt. So that's not ideal. I think, and I don't know when this video is going to be going up. I think it's going to be going up on the at a weekend, this video in particular. So by the time this video's up, or the day that this video's up, please expect in the next day or two a video just covering my tactics in a lot of details. I've not really covered my tactics during the Pentagon challenge, but I just want to let you guys know that I will be doing a video dedicated to the tactics which I've been using, which I'll just quickly show you quickly. It'll be a video completely dedicated to this tactic, talking about the individual player settings and that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys stay around for that. I'm really excited to bring that video because this formation has worked pretty well and it's something pretty different. It's very unusual. So that's a quick look at it if you want to quickly note it down, but if not, video will be up in a few days. I will be including a download link in that video for this formation. And yeah, there's really not that much I can talk about because well, it is the preseason. I mean, we've had a half decent start. It's a bit of a shame we lost a backseat, but we've turned up in our other games. I'll just show you the goal scorers, I suppose. So you can see lots of players getting on the score sheet. Perez getting on the score sheet as a centre back against Yatong. Sonjan, we beat 1-0. I don't know who scored there. Let's check quickly. Who scored? Kung Ho. And then we won 3-2 against BJ Huawa. I don't even know. And again, the Lee brothers, or the Lee, they're not even brothers, they're just the Lee. They're both from Korea and they're both called, well, they're both from South Korea and they're both called Lee. Maybe they are brothers, I've never actually checked. Or maybe Lee's their first, I don't even know. Is Lee their first name? Who knows? But anyway, these guys are really developing well. I'm excited for the coming season. Going to be good, I think. It was a shame, actually. I'll cover this very quickly, actually. You may remember in the previous episode, I was bashing on about a goalkeeper who I wanted to bring in. Very peculiarly, wow, that's a mouthful, that word. He decided to extend his contract at Shenzhen, which was pretty odd because I don't know if you can remember last episode, but he had his morale on abysmal. And he just didn't look very happy at the club, and now his morale's back up, he's got all happy, and he's signed a new deal with them, which sucks. So he's got another 2-year deal, which made me rage a little bit, but it's just one of those things. Couldn't bring him in. It would have been an ideal signing for the club, but we've got to push forward without him. Who knows if we get some money in the near future, which I'm holding out for a takeover deal this year. I really am, because of the money we're losing. But if he does, this guy will be top of my agenda if I get some money. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video as always. As I said, stay tuned for the tactics video coming up in the next few days. And other than that, I hope you have a great day, great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. So thank you for watching, guys. It's me, Jack, and I'm out.